Okay, I'm not sure if we're recording now, but I think we are. The Snagit gizmo is working down here. And now what I want to do is upload the cat twiddle cat helper file. So I'm going to click on the upload option right here. And I'm going to choose a file, which will be the cat twiddle cat file, which happens to be right there. So I click that, tell it to open, tell it to upload. Let's try that again. And there is the cat twiddle cat file. So the next move I'm going to make is I'm going to click on the cat twiddle cat file, and it will appear up here in the in this bar up here, which is sort of my options bar for the source pane. So let's do that. And there it appeared up here, and I want to get the necessary blocks of code for the cat twiddle cat file transferred into the thing I'm working on, which is the cat twiddle cat demo. So let me go down and find that one. I want to get, well, I'm just going to grab all of this stuff down to the end and copy it. And then I'm going back into my demo and paste it down here. And now there's part of this that I am not going to demonstrate, which is this part here, using ggplot type of plot stuff. So I'm going to get that out of the way to just keep it simple with the tidyverse, the tigerstat methods of making plots. Okay. Now what I need to do is let me run this first part and see what problem we're going to run. So if I click on this little green arrow over here, it'll run the first code block, which will load in our data. So let's do that. And in this one, the data I want to look at comes from this general social survey data file. Let me open it up and find two categorical data sets in here that we want to examine. Let me pull this down a little bit so we can see everything in here. So, what I want to examine is the question: is gun ownership independent of capital punishment? So those are the two variables that I want to explore. And so let me make changes in here that will allow me to explore them. So the name of the data set now is going to be GSS. So I'm going to change all references to UC Davis 1 and so let me make this be GSS. Hold on. And this will also be GSS. And this will be GSS. if there's any more references like that. Nope. Okay, so now we got it to CSS, and I want to change class to be own gun, and sex will be cap punishment, cap pun. So let me do that this easy way. I'm going up here to edit, and I'm going to do a find and replace, and I want to replace all occurrences of class with own gun. So I'll place them all. And then all occurrences of sex with cap pun. And so let's make sure I spell sex right with a capital S. And we take a look at this and see if that looks to be about right. Okay, now let's go ahead and knit it and see what it looks like. I'm going to knit it. So here's the result. Make that a little smaller. I see one thing I don't like is I apparently made a mistake here. This would come out as a title if there was a space between the ends of these three tic-tac-toe marks and the next character. Did I do that more than once? Yeah, I got several of those mistakes. Let me fix all those mistakes in here. So here we go. I'll put a space there and a space here. I guess I'll need to update my helper file a little bit with the spaces. Let's try knitting that again and see if that improves the way things look. So now I have our bar plots, and what do they seem to be showing? Well, they're showing that it looks like people who own a gun are more highly in favor of capital punishment than those who don't. Here's some numerical summaries. And so if you own a gun, I'm sorry, if you do own a gun, that's what this says, then people who own a gun are 3 to 1 in favor of capital punishment. People who don't own a gun are still in favor of capital punishment, but not at the same level. When we finally come down to our inferential conclusions, what we get is that the odds between owning a gun and not owning a gun are showing us that there is a statistically significant difference between the attitude of people who own guns towards capital punishment and those who do not. Well, that's kind of an interesting fact. And so when we look at the cat type of a helper file, we have bar plots as our preferred method of graphical visualization. The numerical summaries are basically still the same. They show us what the different levels of gun ownership and capital punishment ideas are here. And finally, our inferential results. When we get the inferential results, we come in with a probability that there isn't any difference between your attitude towards capital punishment, whether or not you own a gun. Rejecting that idea, there is a significant difference. It's at the 2 in 100 level. And so this is an example of using the cat helper file to analyze a situation where the variables in question are categorical variables. Okay, let us stop what we're doing here. And tell it to stop.